Okay, cool. Oh, this meeting is being.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Welcome back, children. This is the second video in our How to Arm Wrestle series. I got Nyles Anderson from Dayton, Ohio. We are discussing his recent match with Alan Fisher's favorite arm wrestler in the whole world, Kyle DePew. And let's just take a little taste right now. There's Nyles, a very good looking fella. I got an engineer in Michigan that used to work for me. Thinks you are absolutely gorgeous if you want to date a girl who's really good in math.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's not hilarious. She's serious. She is wearing me out, wanting me to introduce you.
Oh, geez.
There's me in the background. I'm looking particularly shiny. Rebecca Todd says I look like a serial killer. You know what that means, don't you? Rebecca Todd's hot for serial killers. All right, they're getting their grip.
Oh, geez.
Nyles is obviously going inside. We knew about that for a long time. My internet connection is unstable. Hope we don't lose this. All right, a slip. I guess I wasn't expecting that. I thought I thought Kyle would have expected you to go inside. I wasn't sure he'd want to be in the straps with you. Inside pullers. Like he was
applying up pressure too.
Yeah. I would be surprised. So what'd you feel in that before it slipped? What'd you feel in his grip? Did you feel confident or were you still uncertain?
I felt confident, but he was applying a lot of up pressure.
So because he knew you were going inside.
Yeah, but the way he slipped was almost down. So I mean, it was like a real weird transition the way that he slipped. I wasn't hit. I don't know if it was just because my hand was stronger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because when you slipped, you went over the top of his hand, which is odd for a top roller to slip underneath a hooker. All right. And we're about to go again. I hate the WAF setups, man. They are so long. Put your elbow down, Kyle. Can't you tell we're videoing? This is footage from Monster Michael Todd's YouTube channel. The links and the credits will be in the description and in the first comment.
My hand kept blowing up, man.
Starts. What?
My hand was blown. I kept blowing up. I'm like, man, you got to say go.
Yeah. And we say go eventually.
Yeah.
Man, the whole world has seen a WAL start. Why they don't adopt that across the board is beyond me.
Yeah. I love those pads, though.
Yeah.
I really did.
So do I. I love the WA. Okay, boom. So not too much to talk about there, but let's go back. So tell me what's going on. First, let's look at this good-looking gentleman back here.
That's right.
He looks so much bigger on video than he is in real life. All right. So are you I can't tell from here. Are you capping or not capping?
I wasn't capping in this one.
Okay, and it doesn't look like Kyle is either. I think that's Kyle's thumb. So I don't think Kyle capped. Can you remember?
No, he didn't cap because I only capped when he capped.
Okay. So did you know? I mean, when did you know that you had just way more horsepower than he did?
Well, as soon as they said go, I pretty much know. I pretty much knew as soon as they said go. When we went inside, I kind of just knew because when I kind of first served, it just felt like he didn't really, have that much for me. I mean, it was literally from the setup. His setup was really good. I wasn't like 100% certain in the setup, but as soon as they said when, I just knew I had enough power.
Yeah. I think you were faster than him too. It looks like you, it's hard to stop. You got this match was so fast. Yeah, your shoulder's in, your wrist is curled. You've got him rolled under. He came in to close up, but you've already got him. You got his palm facing up, his forearm turned around, and he's coming forward. He's coming towards you. So I mean, at this time, I think you just flat out arm wrestled him.
Yeah, and usually I do what Kyle does. I usually go defensive at first. But for some reason, I mean, this whole training camp, I've done a lot of, like when they say go, it's instead of going defensive palm up, which is almost usually what I do, I'm just going straight into, knuckles going forward instead of coming up.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of what I did here. But I felt fast, man. I really did.
I think you beat him. So for you guys watching at home, so this is Nyles, shoulders in, shoulders tight to his hand, hips up against the table, lean his whole upper, he's bending at the wrist, pushing off his right leg. Perfect form here. Kyle, on the other hand, back is still straight, lean forward. So while Nyles is going towards the pin pad, Kyle is going across the table. So when you add the vector that goes towards Nyles with Nyles vector going towards the pin pad, the resultant is headed towards the corner of the table. Kyle should have known Nyles is going inside. Kyle should have gone any direction besides towards Nyles. I mean, that's just, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like Kyle was trying to hook you too. Was he trying? I mean, on that first match, was he trying to just meet you inside? Maybe he wanted to test what your inside power was.
Yeah, which really surprised me. I thought for sure, at least the first match, he was going to at least try to top roll me. But he just met me right in the middle, man. Because I mean, if you look, he jumps forward, and I thought, man, this is like a Christmas present. I loved it when he did that.
Yeah,
because that was right into my power.
So for you watching at home, I'm from Ohio. Nyles is the Dayton Destroyer. He's from Ohio. We didn't invite Kyle on to give his opinion. We are going to speak for Kyle in this match about Kyle. So this isn't about being fair. This is about how to arm wrestle. And in this case, Nyles was faster and he looked stronger. He went sideways. Kyle came forward. Let's watch match 2. Ooh, look how happy you are. That's so nice. Look how happy I am. I'm actually walking away.
I remember after that match, you go, Jesus, Nyles. I'm like, I'm not mad, man.
Well, I'll be honest. I hate arm wrestling people that I don't know for the first time. And I was nervous for you because I had no idea what this kid was about. And when I heard he's been training with Alan Fisher, I was expecting some big freaking West Coast top roll coming at you.
That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
All right. So I can't tell. Are you capping?
I think I do here because he does.
Yeah. You're still obviously going sideways. You got your hand down here low. Your right shoulder's in. Kyle is standing up fairly square to the table. You're still kind of twisted, but Kyle's addressing the table very squarely here. Let's see what he tries. After that first match, he's okay. Looks like Kyle is dropping his wrist a little bit. So he knows you're coming inside. And this is what I would have coached Kyle to do. I would have coached Kyle to maybe drop those knuckles a little bit, use that wrist to hit these fingers, but I would have coached him to bring that elbow back a little bit. Based on the first match, I don't think he can match your speed. So I think I would have had Kyle kind of feinting towards your side a little bit, but trying to pull that wrist up against those, anything to stop you from getting your wrist curl in. Well, let's see what he does. Man, these WAF starts are boring.
No kidding. And he was applying pressure. I mean, I could definitely feel pressure in my pinky when he was doing this.
So when you are both loading, was he like overwhelming you with force, or could you even contain him in the load up? I mean, were you stronger than him even in the load up?
Yeah, his load up was good, but I felt like even in, when we both were loading, I just, I knew as soon as I said went that as soon as I said go, I was going to overpower him. But his load up was actually really good. I mean, it really was.
All right, regripping, ref's grip. Travis is right, man. When you got these WAF starts, the ref script's as fair as it's going to get. And I don't even know it's still fair. But Kyle is obvious. Look at that. He's dropping. He's not trying to keep his knuckles high. He's dropping his wrist. He's getting that wrist high and dropping those knuckles. You, on the other hand, your fingers are pointing towards the ceiling. Kyle's is pointing horizontally. So he's definitely changing the setup to try to mitigate that hook of yours. So you're both capped?
Yep. I believe.
And slipped again, but once again,
Now that was man, I really thought that was a pin.
Yeah, it might have been. I never argue with the refs about this stuff, but once again, I can't even. Let's see if I can just get one phone. Okay, you let go, but even then, it's hard to say. Let me start back and hit. Now that we know what's happening, it was close, but you were on top of his hand again. So. Yeah. What he was doing didn't stop your hook. You coming inside, he still slipped out underneath.
Yeah.
All right. Which I just can't believe you'd want to be in the straps. As a hook puller, man, I love the slow the hell down, Nyles.
Yeah. You go slow down. Had
you not been so ballistic, you probably could have held on to his hand and drug him down. But man, I love the strap. I was an inside puller, man. I would walk up to the table with the straps tied to me. I can't believe an outside puller would want to be in the straps twice.
I know. I was like, man, I'm like, because I would rather just pull the straps, to be honest with you. If they were just like, hey, I asked him too. I'm like, hey, if you wanted to start the straps, we can. And he didn't want to.
Yeah. It does look like he's standing up more angled to the table. So he does know he's got to get that back pressure back. But he's definitely dropping them fingers. His fingers are horizontal and yours are still going up.
Yeah.
So he's actually setting up like a classic hooker. You're setting up like a classic top roller and hitting inside.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I set up knuckles high to counter a top roll. I don't think I can't get a hook in on a very unaccomplished top roller, but I set up like I'm top rolling just so that I could stop them from getting on top of my hand.
It's like right here is when I thought my grip was super low.
Yeah, but in the straps, you can get away with some. Okay. Once again, he dives forward. Look at his shoulder is like probably in the center of the table. He knows you're going sideways. So he doesn't do, when he comes forward and you go sideways, the resultant is towards this corner of the table. He just needed somebody. He needed somebody there to just help him a little bit. I would have told this dude, I would have said, look, you need to be going back, get those knuckles high, follow that hooker out, or drop his knuckles like he is and fire straight back and up. Anything to open up your little fingers. But yeah, he can't come across the table like that. So this is where, for you beginners at home that constantly say arm wrestling's all technique, this is a classic example where arm wrestling is almost all strength. Kyle's got all kinds of techniques. He's just missing some horsepower. And he is, once again, he comes forward. This is just straight. And in the straps, there's not too many techniques that are effective in the straps anymore. Arm wrestling is not mostly technique. It's mostly strength and power. All right, let's get the straps on again.
Is your when yours playing, is it real smooth or is it kind of choppy? Mine's real choppy.
Oh, mine's smooth, but hopefully it's recording my screen.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
So
awesome.
Yeah, it should be smooth on the video.
Okay.
You might come out choppy, but the video will be nice. 3 matches, 3 straps. I pulled 5 matches later, 0 straps and only 3 fouls.
I know. Which surprised me, man.
I got Corey on later tonight to talk about our match. All right, so what's going on here? Tell me before it happens.
So right here, he was, I could tell he was planning to give everything he had into that shoulder press. I think before he was kind of in the setup, he was planning to use a little bit of back pressure and then he would dive in. Here, I knew his plan was going to be diving quick. And he actually, I think this match, he actually beats me, like center. He beats me to his position. I was just able to catch him right where my elbow, has a good lock to it. But right here, he was fully committed to coming in.
I think so. I think I think every time you slip, since you're going over the top of his hand, I think he's scared to do anything backwards. I think you got him desperate because he kept slipping out under you. So I think he was afraid to do a Travis or a Dave Patton posting top roll, you know, which would have been great had he dropped those knuckles, lifted that wrist up, bent his knees, and just driven that wrist to the ceiling. That would have been a good counter to your move. But I think since he finds himself underneath your hand all the time, he's just trying to, oh, he did. He got way inside before you did. But you're just so freaking comfortable. You're going, oh, it's Christmas. It's Christmas in Lindale, Texas.
I was super
Texas is one of the more holy places to celebrate Christmas. Jeez, that was just, that's violent. Do not do that in practice to your beginners. That hurts. Look how happy you are.
I was ecstatic, man. I think you were happier than me.
After that first match, I'm pretty sure you had it. I wasn't worried because I just knew you had so much power. Okay, so you kids playing at home, what Kyle should have done at least once was dropped his knuckles like he was, posted that elbow hard on that elbow pad, and on go, just fire back, listen to what Travis does. Make a fist, fire back, drive that wrist up, bend the knees, and just generate all kinds of height. Because you know Nyles is coming sideways with that hook. Do not let this guy get on top of your hand. You are not digging your arm out of that. Anything you want to say before we wrap this up?
Well, I'm telling you, he has a great setup, man. I just think that I came, like a little bit more prepared, but don't get me wrong. He was very strong. I mean, he really was. I just, I just think that maybe I might've been that level higher up of strength, but I mean, he was an awesome opponent, man. Like I'm very grateful to have, to have pulled him.
Oh, no, I fully agree. I think Kyle has a tremendous future in front of him. I like the fact that he tried several things. He didn't get frazzled. I think had he come there with somebody in his corner, this is a thing. He had nobody standing in his corner. And earlier that day, he lost a super match to Matt Craig, who was like wearing a Hawaiian t-shirt and like a freaking Sopranos hat or something. But I think had somebody been in Kyle's corner, just kind of helping him out a little bit. I think if I was in Kyle's corner, I don't think this guy would have been so happy. But my former engineer still wants to meet you, and she is hell at math, and she's building a power plant, so she's got all kinds of power.
My woman now is really good at math, so I lucked out.
Oh, I wasn't saying it was an either or situation, but that's up to you. I have no idea how you guys do it in Dayton. Actually, I met your woman, and she is absolutely a sweetheart. I'm only saying if things don't work out now that you're a big-time Lindale, Texas arm wrestler.
Oh, geez.
Actually, next time we do this, bring your woman on, and I'll apologize to her on YouTube.
Oh, geez.
All right, kids. I'm gonna wrap this up. You stay on, Kyle. I'm gonna end the recording. And you stay on, Nyles. I'm gonna end the recording.